today's ritual is going to be that of the death card. And the death card is one of the most frequently misunderstood tarot cards. People see it as a bad thing, where usually I interpret it as an impending rebirth and getting down to the bare bones, getting down to the things that we need to release, to just get to the absolute essential items for our new life. It's the start of a new life. It is the composting of old green matter so that you have fertile soil to plant seeds in. And so when we're thinking about a doing about this, I frequently think about it in terms of purging. So the idea of like cleaning out your closet to make room for new clothes is one example. But really, more than clothes, what I like to do is just kind of whatever needs to be purged can be purged at this time. And then more than that, also looking at what the meanings and significances are of those items that are being purged. What is the underlying symbolic, like emotional or energetic level of release that's happening? So in the video, I'm moving stuff out to my car systematically to load it up and take it to be donated. And yes, I know that these things are probably valuable enough to sell. I need them out of my life right now. I cannot wait around for Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever to sell them. So I would rather donate them and get them out of the house and back into circulation rather than hold on to them for the potential cash that could come in for them. However, it is important to kind of think about like what they each mean to me as I'm moving them out and then as I donate them. So here are the things that I'm donating, and then also what they mean so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about here. This giant heavy mirror that I'm moving outside was left behind by the previous homeowners when I purchased this house. It was a thing that was left on the wall. And I've been moving it from room to room. It's been in 3 different rooms now. It's foggy and distorted. It has some wear and tear where the mirror backing is coming off. So there's like black spots in the mirror. And all of these things are just kind of part of what I'm getting rid of when it comes down to this particular mirror. I'm letting go of other people's stuff, right? Other people's opinions and reflections of me that are not accurate, and they don't matter and aren't mine to deal with. They're no concern of mine. This is just junk that I'm getting rid of that is not accurate. It's a distorted mirror that was never mine to begin with, and that I just need to clear out. So for the elliptical, I'm letting go of the shoulds around my body and exercise, as well as this like idea of doing of productivity. Like I can't just work, I have to work and work out at the same time, which is kind of silly. I'm also getting rid of any negative self-image that is still attached to this like need to exercise while I'm sitting at a desk. So the last thing is also part of that old home office that I no longer need, which is this office chair. And it's big and clunky. It's very functional, but it's ugly. It's not decor in any way, shape, or form. And it just carries all the energy of that old work, right? The thing about it is that I don't need this second office, and I don't need a second office chair. I like to have small chairs in the rooms. But it doesn't have to be like rolly and on wheels and ugly and black. And these things are just hideous. So I'm letting go of the last vestiges of my old career and the old work life, especially a hustle culture, and any remnants of that energetically. So that is kind of what I'm purging in this death card ritual. It is important as well, though, to also consider what you're going to put back in. Right? So you compost the stuff, but then you have to use the soil that you create with the compost. You actually have to plant a seed or two. And so you're creating a lot of space, and that's wonderful. Let that space happen. You'll see that I also do some sweeping because I want to clear out anything else that's like kind of under and around these objects. That energy movement is also really helpful, but also I think that the big important thing here is kind of knowing what goes in instead. And so it just really small little moment, I'm bringing a chair that is taking up space in another room and putting it in place of that office chair. It's much more aesthetically pleasing. It suits the room better. It's a lot smaller. It's easier to work around. And it's still just as functional as a chair for somebody who's staying in this guest room. So I hope that you enjoy this process, and I would love to hear how it works out for you. Think about how you would let go of all that is unnecessary and get down to the bare bones for a necessary rebirth that's about to happen. Thanks.